You nervous, Damon?
Yes.
What a way to start off. I love it.
What a way to start.
I know, but what a film. Oh my gosh. And here we have an on-screen reunion over a decade in the making. So why did
Not
it take
long
so
enough.
right?
No.
Why did
I
it take
love
so
working with
long?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Restraining order?
I wasn't official.
Okay. Now it is.
She goes and makes movies with Dwayne Johnson now. She's not
I
concerned
know.
with small potatoes like me.
I know, right? I mean,
Yeah.
when you got DJ, why do you need Damon?
Really,
This guy?
not at all.
Just need someone to take me to the top, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go recruit some scientists. Build a town, build it fast. If we don't let scientists bring their families, we'll never get the best.
Oh my gosh, I love the two of you then in Adjustment Bureau, but now with Oppenheimer, wow, what a film. I mean, obviously completely two different films here, but what was it like reuniting, getting back together, and how was it different this time around, especially for a Chris Nolan film?
I mean, he is such a groundbreaking, extraordinary director, and I would have done one scene. I mean, I would have done anything, and I think everyone felt that. You see all the cast that are in this movie, and there's the huge, vast ranging number of actors who showed up for him. It's just a testament to him and the kind of excellence he demands, and people want to be a part of that. It's fun for us to be around it. And I mean, we didn't have that much together.
We didn't have much to do together, but
Yeah.
we were there together. We were in New Mexico together,
We
so
were.
we had dinner every night.
So many margaritas.
And I feel like I owe so many margaritas. Really?
Yes.
Pray tell, because I've heard that you have likened the experience on this set to summer camp. So how
know,
so?
but the most
Were you having
focused-
margaritas at summer camp?
Yes, that's what happens at summer camp, isn't
I
it?
hope not.
Oh my gosh. No, but tell me, why was it like summer camp on this set?
Well, I think because it's unusual for all the actors to be on location together, and we were shooting in this really remote location in the middle of the New Mexican desert, and there was one hotel, and we were all together, and that doesn't happen. Normally everyone's in their own place, or you're shooting at home, or everyone's got their own house, and you don't hang out. And there was one restaurant. That was it, and we all went to have dinner. That was the only
And it wasn't like the
way
kind of
to get
restaurant that
food,
was
you know?
open 24 hours. It was like open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And so
Yes.
you were always, it was like the dining hall. You'd go in and you'd see everybody. And so everyone would just end up sitting together. And
There's so many scientists in this.
we invited Killian to dinner every night, and he never went.
Are you kidding?
No.
What
No,
was he eating?
Like
One almond.
One
I think,
almond.
most nights, or like a little slice of apple.
Oh my god.
yeah, he just could. He was losing so much weight for the part that he just didn't eat dinner ever. So he was.
I mean, he was just like ghastly thin in this film,
Yeah.
which you cannot mistake because there's so many close-up shots with using IMAX and everything.
This is the most important thing that ever happened in the history of the world.
I would imagine being in this summer camp-like setting, it also allows you to see deeper into these characters, especially when they're supposed to be living in a camp-like setting,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So how
yeah,
did that
for
help
sure.
you from the character perspective?
It always helps when you're kind of immersed with the cast, and it helps. The whole kind of vibe on set is, first of all, it's a Chris Nolan movie, so everybody feels, nobody says this out loud, but everybody feels lucky to be there. Everybody on the crew, everybody in the cast, you know you're a part of a great director's vision. So it's very exciting. So I think that kind of helps with the kind of esprit de corps also. Everybody feels like they're on the same team, and they're on the team they want to be on.
Are we saying there's a chance that when we push that button, we destroy the world?
This is really like one of the biggest stories ever imaginable, but there are so many people out there who have never heard of Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
So what was your first introduction to, his accomplishments, and also this guy that was really ready to destroy the world with what it was that he had come up with?
I mean, I had a sort of Wikipedia knowledge of him. I really didn't know enough. And then as soon as I was a part of this, we all read this book, American Prometheus, which the script was inspired by. And it was, and yet the script itself was so visceral, such a kidnap. You felt it was so rich and full and kind of like a thriller, like an
Written in the
epic
first person?
thriller. And
Like I've
it
never
was
seen that
heart
before.
racing. It was emotional.
Yeah.
This is not a dusty old biopic. This is a experience. This is like a bone shattering experience. And it felt like that even reading the script, and you discover so much about the man, and it's not about the science of it. It's about the trauma of living with a brain like that. What does that feel like? And what were his relationships? What was his life? I mean, this is just, it's so much more than just an account of what happened in his life.
Right. And seeing the relationship between you and Killian, because you portray a married couple, it is dynamic.
Good.
Dynamic. And, you know, I feel like with a Chris Nolan movie, sometimes he's too smart for his own good, because in watching the film, you're like, oh, I wish I could press rewind and kind of rewatch that. Or in watching it a second time, you pick up something new. So in reading the script for the very first time upon receiving it, was there note-taking? Were there questions? Because I can only imagine reading a behemoth of a script, because this is running over 10 hours, what that was like the first time. Matt?
Yeah, I you know, he came to my house or my apartment and on a Friday night with the script, and we talked for a couple hours, and he left the script for me. And, you know, I was already getting ready to go to bed, and and so he said, how long will it take you to read this? And I said, how long is it? And he said, it's 3 hours. I said, I read scripts in real time. So I don't race through them. I'm going to read it at the exact pace of the movie. And he goes, when are you going to start? And I said, 9 a.m. And he said, I will be here at noon. And he came back at noon, and he took the script back.
Oh my
and then we sat and we talked for hours and hours about the movie.
The clock was ticking.
Yeah. No, I mean, he's very...
He's protective of it as well in the early stages, and he knows enough to know that word gets out, and he doesn't want it going through the agencies. Like, you go to his house, or he comes to you and he hands you the physical script, and then he takes it off you. And then once you start shooting, you're given a script.
So that's why he makes us as journalists go and see it in the film,
Yeah.
or in the
It's
theater.
it's
as
what
well.
it's made for.
But and honestly, especially with IMAX, I mean, you guys were shooting with IMAX in black and white.
I know, they invented
which
that
they
for
invented for this
movie.
film.
Like, the man is off the charts.
He's off the charts.
That's happening, isn't it?
And what was it like filming in IMAX? I mean, is that just a nostalgic kind of situation? I mean, because it feels more
The whole
like...
thing was nostalgic, I
Right?
felt.
Yeah.
You know, the whole thing, and the set, that him building Los Alamos in the middle of this desert was just extraordinary and so transporting. And then you see these massive IMAX cameras, and you just know the whole thing's going to feel more monumental than you could even imagine.
Yeah,
It's so cool.
it is.
Giant black and white film like that
Yeah.
thick.
Right?
You know? Yeah. It was,
So mind-blowing.
And they were noisy. They were like very loud, the IMAX cameras.
All right, you two, what genre are you taking on next as a team?
We do.
Are we going to get
do.
Mr. Affleck in the mix? Maybe we can get John.
No. It's
No.
just a It's just a.
Yeah?
just the reunion that
Yeah.
everyone's waiting for.
Times 3
Adjustment
again.
Bureau 2, but I'm in a fedora
You're in a fedora,
and you're the dancer.
You're the dancer. You're running after her through the streets of New York. I'd love to see these
That
moves,
is a
Damon.
movie
You have
no
to
one
lose
will
the
want to
weight.
see.
Oh,
Whatever.
Oh, God.
Whatever. I'm sure after the Ed Sheeran concert, you've got some nude dance moves.
Oh my
I
god!
got some
You should
definite
see this
moves.
one throw some shapes around. I gotta say.
Ooh! Y'all! I love it.